Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome to my page. My page is about common sense. I tried to keep it down under the nitty gritty, under 10 minutes. If it goes over 10 minutes, it's something very, very, very important. And not important to liberals, libertards, people who believe in God, people like to smoke, people like to drink, people like ayahuasca, people like DMT, people who just fit in the box with everybody else, okay? People who are not eccentric, people who are sensitive. This like 80% of you should not watch my videos. This is a disclaimer. Listeners' discretion is advised. I may talk about stuff going down the rabbit hole, but not up your asshole. You know what I'm saying? I'm a pretty unique individual on the YouTube. And sometimes I'll get blocked for something just freaking my mind, and I haven't even done anything wrong through the policies or anything like that, okay? I don't do anything wrong. It's just that's how their policies are, or someone who's biased. But in this video, I'm just going to do a regurgitation upon what is a schizologist, what is a Schizo-Indigo, okay? That's all this video is going to be about. I'm going to keep it short and concise. Please read my profile below. Please read my description below to understand to contact me, peoples. Okay? If you're interested, okay? I have to sound annoying. I have to sound belligerent sometimes, explicit, motherfuck, shit, motherfucker, kick my ass, kiss my ass. I have to sound like this because I am raw. I am raw. I'm a comedian. I'm all those things down below. I'm only interested in the few elite. I am not interested in the masses of asses, because the masses of asses is very biased. Biasm means that they're using their emotion. They're an EDB, emotional douchebag, which I'm gonna explain that to you also. Like an NPC, non-playable characters, they don't have critical thinking skills. These people don't really have it. But when you lead a horse to water, you can lead a horse to water, but you cannot make them drink. My favorite Greek philosopher is Heraclitus and Socrates. Socrates is the questioning Greek philosopher, the wisest of all. And even the oracle said he is the wisest. Yes. Heraclitus is the Greek philosopher who says water is fire and fire is air. Everything can relate to one another if you use a scientific term or a certain terminology when you're trying to be articulate. But I try my best not to be too articulate. I don't want to be too popular with the masses of asses. That's why I have my services down below. Now, let's get on with the topics. So, a schizologist and a schizo-indigo is terms that I made up, which may become popular one day. May not be, I don't know. I'm much into esoteric knowledge. I have schizophrenia, schizoaffective individuals. I am indeed the real McCoy. When people say there are alphas out there, they're not alphas like me, okay? I already said this time and time again. I do multiple videos on multiple different things, okay? So a schizologist, if you can read it in my description box, is a person who has schizophrenia and learns from their therapist and psychologist, and is a therapist themselves. I am a schizologist, very rare indeed, and I teach knowledgeable common sense factors to help people control their raison d'etre voices or whatever without being a pseudoscience individual. That is what a schizologist is. Those people who say I talk too much or make any fun at me or poke fun at me without asking questions is ignorant and also very biased. And they are betas and stuck in their emotions. Okay, now, what is a schizo-indigo? Now, as you should already do the research yourself on what indigo children are starseeds, I was one of them. You can only be an indigo child before the age of 10. And when I was younger, I achieved my abilities to hear the voices before I chopped my stepdad's head off. A voice came to me that louder than the other voices told me, do not cut his head off with his head because he suffered so much. It is not his fault, and you will see him suffer very well. So, I have 3 inner voices, or either angels or demons, you wish to call them. It does not matter to me. I have been blessed because of my voices. So I'm schizo-indigo at the same time. That means I have no sins in my past. Hallelujah. And I will cast the first fucking stone because there are people out there who basically have no sins. All right, let's get on with the videotape. That is what it means to be Schizo-Indigo. So that means you are not like everyone else. You are part of the 0.5% of people who are honest enough to come from up front. And if you say you are an indigo child after the age of 10, you are most likely an evolved individual. I'm not ridiculing, I'm not trying to give you critique, but you are naturally not like that. If you do not hear a voice, you are most likely not a starseed. You are most likely not a schizo. Alright, okay, so we got that clear, right? Alright, there we go, okay. So since I explained all these terms, EDB means emotional douchebag. These are that term I made up myself, EDB, emotional douchebag. And it can go right hand in hand with a person who is an NPC, okay? You have people heard about NPCs, non-playable characters. They do not have critical thinking skills. Like many of you who may bypass my intro for some reason, who are religious and believe in God or a Jesus, what about the older religions? What about goddamn Santa Claus? These individuals are not real. You are God. You are a part of the essence of Godhead. Use common sense. If you think there's some spook in the sky that's going to help you, I hope its voice is talking to you because that's the only assistance you'll get in this prison planet. It is a prison planet. You are limited to your abilities because we are in a construct which you cannot escape until we die. Back in ancient times, we used to live over to hundreds of years ago, but we cannot. We only live less than 100 years old now. No one knows anything, as Socrates has said. And if you tell me the sun is real, I'm going to say prove it. If you tell me God is real, I'm going to say prove it. If you cannot prove to me that the evidence is factual, just because you see it in the sky doesn't make it real. It could be an illusion. It could be a microscope pointing at the planet. Did you know this? They say the planet is flat. How do you know it's flat? You don't know anything. Everything is a theory. So, if you haven't been there, you're just making a speculation. Hypothetical guesses. Okay, so we will try this Matriarch Knowledge 6, and we will try to understand not to break YouTube's policies again and again. So, I read all their policies because I like to read. In my spare time, I do too much stuff. But the thing I do the most, I try to get as much rest as possible when it's cold. I don't move too much. I am physically active. I do not talk much. When someone tries to push my buttons, I try to move away. Possession is real. And there are people out there who say it is. So the possibility of it being real is real. But you're God. People who believe in God, that is maybe a possibility that he does or she does exist or it does exist. Right now, you have to focus on who you are right now. Do not make God your scapegoat. Like you are saved because of every sin you do. Because that only creates stress. And then you'll be born right back here again. Then what? The thing you hate the most is the thing you will be in your next life. Because that is what this life is about. Since I explained myself very clearly, I'm going to try to do it very more clearly and not sound incoherent to the masses of asses. Sometimes I may be incoherent on purpose. Because sometimes some spirits enter the body and cause a brain fart sometimes. So I get my ginseng and I take care of my health, which is number one uno at all times. I do not hang with toxic people, and I do not respond to toxic people who hate my groove. But of course, I will roast a motherfucker if I could. If I see you acting a fool, acting, lying. I can't stand them. This is all unscripted. This is the Emerald Pillar Man also as well. So if you want to know what the Emerald Pill is, you just ask me a question. It means it's a Renaissance pill entirely, a Batman pill. It's a schizo pill. It's a pill that protects you full circle. If you want to know what it is, I'll make the video again, okay? It's not a problem for me, okay? They took down my Matriarch Knowledge 3 for unknown reasons. I have no idea. Other than that, I'm out of here, you guys. Hope you learned something in this video. It's under 10 minutes. Peace.